y'all, this Hot Rod. I'm at my practice spot. I have a 8-foot table with a takeoff ramp where I throw the dice from, wall to wall. It is 11 foot 10 inches. The same pretty much like in a 12-foot table when I'm leaning on the back of my my rest where, you know, wall to wall. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, this Hot Rod, I'm about to get into a practice session. I'm buying in with $500. I'm about to be in the Lake Charles area, April 26th. I'm not 26th, April 16th and 17th. Hopefully I can get 2 great sessions in. We're getting ready to do this session. We got a $500 buy-in. Whatever happens, happens, is what the dice do. We're back to an old dice set. It's called the 5454 Hardway set. Okay, we're coming out with a frontline winner, chicken dinner. That is a 3-4 knocking at your door. That's what we got, a 3-4. Okay, cool. I'm not on the bonus yet. I started using this set, the 5454 Hardway, about just a year ago. I didn't even know what a Hardway set was. I just was putting it on, you know, this particular dice set, shaking them up, throwing them down there. I mean, sometimes it did great, sometimes it didn't. But so I'm back at it, trying to see what happens. Anyway, dice are moving. Dice are out. Okay, we got a 628 down there. Don't be late. We got a 628. So we're just gonna keep throwing the dice, see what happens. We got $500. Hopefully we can turn it into 1,000. If not, hey, so we're just gonna try. We're gonna come out aggressive on the first throw just to see what happens. If not, you know, my rule to myself, because I know my throw, is to not even bet on my first throw. But we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens. We're just gonna put some odds, you know, hey, we can't do nothing but try. So anyway, this Hot Rod, you know, I'm at my practice spot, getting ready, you know, to go to the casino. I'm not no expert. I believe I throw the dice pretty good, but at the end of the day, it's what the dice do. So we're coming out. Okay, the first thing is we got a 4, 6, 10. That's Big Ben. We got a 4, 6, 10. Okay, we're not going to do that. We're going to hopefully we get a box number or inside. If not, we're just going to have to go into the field and just spread out with that system. Dice are moving. We're going to use the 5454 Hardway set. Dice are out. Woo, got sniped. Y'all, you know, snipers come, but you can't get mad. You got to just keep on trying to go. Because sometimes that happens. I mean, with the best shooters in America, that happens. Sometimes people don't take it so well. Well, I don't get so upset with that because that happens. And what I try to do is just keep on trying to throw my best shot. So anyway, we're moving on. This Hot Rod. We're at a practice session. We're getting ready to go to the casino. April, I believe, 16th and 17th, we'll be down in the Lake Charles area. I'm trying to be the best shooter ever. Problem is, I don't want to just be a shooter. I want to be a great, responsible bettor. And I told myself to stop betting on my first throw, and what did I do? I already failed the first test. Dice are moving. Dice are out. Okay, we got a 4, 5, 9. I'll be there on time. Yeah, I told myself, stop betting on your first throw when you first get there. Be disciplined. See what the dice are going to do. See how the table feels. The dice may be brand new. They may be old. You got to find out. I'm going to try the same thing one more time. But this time I'm going to put a little spin on it, and I'm going to put a $15 in the field. So we're going to see what happens. Just in case those outside numbers come, I can have enough money to at least press or spread out. But I always tell myself, stop betting on the first roll. And what do I do at practice? Bet on the first roll. What do I do when I get on the live stage? Bet on the first roll. So I got to get more discipline. Dice are moving. Dice are out. Okay, we got a hard 10. That's Big Ben. He showed up again. He on the end. That's that Big Ben. We're going to get 15 in the field. All right, we're going to go ahead and pull the field up. And we're going to go ahead and put this to the side. Okay, we try to do everything like they do at the casino. You know, one hand on the dice. Don't switch them back and forth. Do everything like you're going to do when you get on the real stage. And that's when it's time to be really perform. When you get on that stage, which is called the casino, you got to be ready to perform. So this is where practice comes in at. And practice sometimes is hard, especially when you're throwing the dice by yourself. Dice are moving. Dice are out. 5-4, 5-4, hardware set. Okay, what we got down there is a truck and camper. That's a 4-1-5. Let me see if I can pull it over here. That's a 4-1-5. We're trying to stay alive. That's going to pay 35. Okay? What we're going to do is we're going to keep that like that for right now. Hopefully we get another box number. And that way we can rest. Because you got to understand something. When you're at the casino, they got the music on. They got the smells going on. The wages is going by. Everything's going on. You got to be paying attention to what's going on. Or not, you're going to lose track of your money. You're going to lose track of your bets. And next thing you know, anyway, dice are moving. Dice are out. Okay, what we got is a 5-4-9. Not just a 9, but a winner 9. So guess what we're going to get, y'all? We're going to get paid $15. And you know what? $15 is money. I don't know if y'all believe it is or not, but I do. I believe that $15 is pretty good money, you know? I mean, so anyway, we're going to stay just like we are. This hot rod, I'm trying to get better at throwing the dice, but I'm trying to get really better at betting. That's where I fall, because sometimes we're just not disciplined. When we should shut down, we try to stay up for one more, and everybody that throws the dice knows what happens. Anyway, dice are moving. Dice are out. Okay, we got a 3-2-5 down there. Come on, 5. Let's stay alive. We got a 3-2-5. Okay, we got to move that to the 5. What we're going to do is we're going to move our 5, put it on the 9. We're not going to put any boots on. We're just going to stay without any odds. Hey, sometimes, to me, the odds, I make more money if the dice are rolling right and falling right. I'll make more money off the box numbers. And then next thing you know, we'll go out. So there's no need for me to have an odds. So I know that the odds is the edge we have over the casino, but don't fall for that. So sometimes you gotta, if you've already made anyway, y'all hear what I'm saying. Anyway, dice are moving. Dice are out. We brought in with $500 and we're trying to see if we can make it last. Okay, we got a 5-1 mixer. Yeah, that's what we got right here. Y'all can see that, hopefully. Okay, so now I'm going to get paid $35. Okay, I'm going to get paid $35. So we're just going to take it slow. Hopefully everything goes my way. If I'm doing something wrong, please let me know. I'll read it. I sure will. I need to know. It ain't about liking and subscribing with me. It's more about let me know what I can do. Should I press? Should I regress right now? What should I do? Dice are moving. Dice are out. This is roll number 7. That's a 5-1 mixer. I'm going to get paid $35. And now this is where it gets critical for most people. Well, this is where I need to be more disciplined. My number is 5. I just made a little bit of money. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back down low as I can. Right? And what I'm going to do, I'm not even going to risk any more than that, y'all, because hey, this is my second roll. Yeah, this is my second roll. If I was at the casino, I'm by myself. You just got there. You rusty. I'm not going to be rusty because I shoot the dice at least an hour a day. So anyway, dice are moving. Dice are out, but we still got to be disciplined until we get a profit. And that makes sense? So anyway, we're doing a 5-4-5-4 set. Dice are moving. Dice are out. Okay, that's a 3-6-9. Did y'all see that magnet drag it over? Y'all saw it. Y'all saw it. Anybody that's looking at this, y'all saw that magnet. I saw it. That's a 6-3-9. We're not going to frown. We're not going to fret. We're just going to be patient. Hopefully we can get a point, or hopefully we can get that 6, and then we get that 6. We'll just see if we can spread from that. This is row number 9, 5-4-5-4. This hot rod. I'm on the dice. Hopefully they'll stay nice. This is row number 9. We got that 2-2. Hey, BB. We got a hard 4 down there. We call that a 2-2. Anyway, we're still moving. All right. We're waiting on that 6. We're waiting on that 5. That's all we're waiting on right now. Right now, we're going to be regressed. Because I'm going to tell y'all something that you may not realize. $500 at the casino is really not a lot of money. Now, it's a lot of money everywhere else, but it ain't a lot of money at the casino, so you got to be conservative. Dice are moving. Dice are out this hot rod. Okay? What we got? We got a 4-1-5. Not just a 4-1-5. But guess what, y'all? A winner 5. We're going to pull that in for y'all can see it. And we're going to get paid, guess what, y'all? $15. Hey, guess what? $15, hey, that'll make you holler if you give me $15. So just think about that like that. You still making money. You're not going to always make thousands and thousands. And think about this, too. This is very, very important. If you brought in with $500, and you playing the ATS and everything else, you really ain't got that much money to play with. So think about that too. So 15 is money. This is roll 11. This is right now. I'm just recording it because I just want to share it with people that are interested. Anyway, this is hot rock. We only are risking a very little bit of money. We're doing the 5-4-5-4 hardway set. We got a 2-6. That's what we got. 2-4-6. What we're gonna do is we're gonna move that 6 to the 8. We're not gonna fret. We're gonna hopefully we get the one number. Right now, y'all, to me, it's about trying to just edge up a little bit. Then once you get a little bit, you can start playing a little bit more. But hey, don't play too much because you know why? You don't want to take the risk of getting bit. We're going to put some boots on this time. So we put some odds on. This is going to be roll 12. Hey, and just because you got a good profit, don't mean that you should start playing crazy. Remember, we're trying to go home with a profit, not give it all back to them. Because you got to realize they're already in the profit, and they're going to stay in the profit. Anyway, that's just a little tip. This hot rod, dice are moving. Dice are out. Matter of fact, this is part of the row 1 4-1 series. My main dice set is 4-1 on top, 1-4 on the back. So I'm just going back to my original dice set. Anyway, we're out. We got a 4-3-7. So that was all right. That was a pretty good run. That was 12 shots, not shoots, but shots. Made a little bit of money, went down, got aggressive, tried to bet a little bit more because we had just a little bit more. We didn't go crazy, but we got hit, so that's cool. This is going to be my 3rd shot so far on this particular session. That was 12 rolls. I think 12 rolls is pretty good. If you get up to 12 rolls, I think you're doing pretty good. But if you're up at 12 rolls and you haven't regressed or nothing, I don't know. Pressing is good. But think about it. When you lose what you pressed, you just go back down to the beginning. So think about that. I'm trying to make a profit, and that's my whole game. Anyway, we got new dice. We got a tray of dice with 5 of the same dice. We throw them out after each, person's roll. Right now, I'm the only one at the table. I'm not scared to be at the table by myself, even at the casino, because I think I throw the dice pretty good. Anyway, this hot rod, dice are moving. Dice are out. Look at that perfect that was. You can't out. You know what? If I was a pitcher, they probably signed me. That's a 5.38. Don't be late. That's a 5.38. I talk mess even when I'm by myself, because when I'm at the table, I'm talking mess even when I'm by myself. So it don't matter. I'm going to talk mess by myself. I don't need no cheerleaders. I'm my own cheerleader. Yeah, this hot rod, I'm at the table by myself at the casino. And that's how it'll be sometimes, because sometimes when you wake up in the middle of the night, it's a good table when it's just 3 or 4 people at the table and everybody's happy. You don't got those grumpy people. You know, you're going to always have that at the table. Those grumpy people that have lost their $2,000 in the first 15 minutes of being at the casino. Hey, don't get all mad with me. We need the excitement. So anyway, this hot rod, I'm by myself. It don't matter. One thing about being by yourself, you know who lost the money. You can't blame it on nobody because you're the only one throwing them. So I'm not scared to be by myself. To me, it is better when you got more people. I really don't like the hot table. But even at a hot table, you got to zone to the point where you're there by yourself. Those of you that have practice tables, zone in like you're at your practice spot. And just don't even worry about nothing else. Don't let the dealers distract you with fixing the money in the middle of your shot. All the stuff they doing right when it's time for you to shoot. Don't worry about that. Zone in like you're at practice. Dice are moving, dice are out. There you go. That's a 4, 2, 6. That's $21, Rob. That's what that is. That's $21. Yeah, $21 is $21. I know I spoke that most people would press it, but right now I'm going to be the collector, because right now I'm going to collect something. And then later on, maybe I might build up, press up. This is my third shot, my third round. Been at the table by myself for a few minutes. Just want to share the experience. I'm still working on my betting. I do have a couple of dice sets that I do like. But I am back at this 5-4-5-4 before I even knew it was a dice set. Dice are moving, dice are out. That right there is a 4, 6, 10. That's Big Ben on the end. Yeah, before I even knew what a hardware set was, I was using that 5-4 set, and you know, I would get them, I would shake them up, and I would throw them down there, you know. I can make them go slow motion in the air and all this. I didn't know what it was. And then somebody told me about this guy, you know, and I started, you know, watching this guy, and he started talking about this hardware set. But I found out that every set don't work for everybody, because everybody throws different, the dice land different. Dice are moving. Guess what? Dice are out. But we're going to try it out. We're here. We got a 6, 2, 8. Don't be late. Not only 8. But a winner rate, we're going to get paid $33. That looks like this. That's going to be, we're going to go ahead and break it down. Yeah. Okay, so that's $33. That looks good. We're trying to build back up. That's all we're going to do right now. We just got at the casino. If you just drove from wherever you drove from, you know, you're tired. Most time I go upstairs and go to sleep, because most time when I go to the casino, I'm going there to stay at the hotel because I want to try to at least be there for 2 days. So I get there, I go to sleep. Maybe me and my wife may get something to eat or whatever. Let me pull my pass line up. And then I try to go down there and be ready. So, been practicing all month. I'm ready to go. I think I could have made more money last time. Last time I was there, I did a 53 rolls. Went in with 1,400 for the 2-day session. Because we was there for a day, but we did 2 sessions, one day and the next day. Rolled 53 rolls. Next day, another guy rolled like 60-something rolls. And, I mean, I brought back $2,700 out of the whole trip, you know, out of a $1,400, you know, what I brought with me. So that was pretty good. And I played some slots and, you know, whatever. But anyway, dice are moving. Dice are out. This hot rod. We got a yo. Guess what? That's a winner. That's a 5-6 yo. Not only a yo, but guess what, y'all? A winner, yo. Anyway, dice are moving. Guess what, y'all? Dice are out. Hey, y'all, I love this game so much. I mean, I'm up here every day, you know, practicing, just practicing. And the main thing I really been practicing on lately, y'all, is not only my throw, but the betting. You got to learn how to bet. You got to get used to getting out of there. Dice are moving. Dice are out. You can't make it all on one shooter or on one throw. You gotta try to build up as you go. We got a 2, 3. Fizz-eye. That's a 5, y'all. That's for my guy, Eli. We still shoot this hot rod. We just trying to get better. We getting ready for the casino. We brought in with $500. We're going to leave everything just like it is. We are going to put some boots on, though. Hopefully that buy. When you're on a $15 table and you placing your boots, make sure you put $16 for your odds. That way the casino won't change the rest of the money. This is roll number 8. We're on the 5-4-5-4 set. I remember when I used to set it on this and shake them up and throw them. Didn't even know what it meant, but now I do. You have to make them land flat somehow. We got a 1-5 mixer. That's going to pay me $21. That's what that's going to pay me. I know I should spread it out, but right now I'm just going to collect, you know. I mean, hey, 6 and 8 are, you know, most popular numbers on the dice or whatever. But sometimes they out to lunch. So you got to keep that in mind too. You know, sometimes that 6 and 8 is out to lunch. This right here is roll number 9. 5-4-5-4. Dice are moving. Dice are out. Woo, scary, but that was a 6-2-8. Don't be late. Just now talking about that 8. Guess what it did? Came back from lunch, but I ain't worried about it. We ain't gonna worry about you. We ain't gonna worry about you. We just gonna keep shooting the dice. This roll 10 coming. We're doing the 5-4-5-4 set. Dice are moving. Guess what, y'all? Dice are out. We got a 6-2-8. Look, trying to beat. See now. But guess what, y'all? All I'm gonna do is take this 8, put $2 on it, get rid of my boots, and see. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. See, so this 5-4-5-4 set. The Hardway set does do something different than my main 4-1-1-4 dice set that I use. This does a little bit more. I see the inside showing up a little bit more. Anyway, dice are moving, dice are out. Look at that. That's a Big Ben on the end. 6-4-10. That's my boy Big Ben. I do see this Hardway set. Far as the way I throw the dice, I do see it producing numbers. So, I mean, my other shot, when it gets hot, it gets on fire blazing, but it's not all the time. And I'm more concerned about getting numbers than getting a long roll. So, it's not about the long roll. It's how much money you can make within, you know, a period of time before you get bit. Dice are moving, dice are out. Look at that. 1-6. I'm all done, y'all. But guess what? To me, that was some great shooting. This is going to be my 4th shot. We did good. We made a little money. But no, we didn't. I missed the 8 twice. See, sometimes that's something, you know, hey, y'all, learning and being disciplined. That's why sometimes it just make the sacrifice and just go ahead and play the inside. Because, I mean, you never know. Plus, I'm experiencing a new dice set that I just started to come back to just today. You know, just to see, you know, to try something different. Because I just was experiencing too many outs on my main roll 1-4-1 dice set that I use. So, anyway, we got the 5s on top and the 4s on back. I call this the 5-4-5-4 Hardway set. We got some new dice out of the tray. We're ready. We got a $15 pass line. Dice are moving. Dice are out. We got a 4-1-5 truck and camper. That's what we got. That's how we're going to start this one off. I believe you got to try to at least put some type of bet on each throw. I mean, and then sometimes, you know, depending on who's throwing, don't bet at all. You know what I mean? Because you got to be disciplined. Because the dice, most of the time, are not nice. So we have to be disciplined. So keep that in mind, y'all. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of times, I fall to being disciplined. Like that shot right, that roll I was on just then. I should have got out of there a long time ago. You feel what I'm saying? Because I average between 5 and 7 rolls. That's my average. That's telling the 100% bona fide truth. Dice are moving. Dice are out. We're doing the 5-4 hardware set. We got a 6-3-9. I'm going to be there on time. If I go past 7 rows, I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about nobody else. If I go past 7 rows, that means that I'm having a great roll. But most of the time, if I have to be honest, and I do play with Crapsy 90% of the time, those of you that know what Crapsy is a game that you can download. This game actually puts you on the casino table. Everything that's on the casino table, it lets you try. Anyway, dice are moving, dice are out. 5-4 dice set. We got a hard 10. Also, this game keeps track of your averages in every row. Like if you're somebody that uses the same type of dice set all the time, you can kind of see what kind of averages it gives you. It keeps track of how many rows. I mean, it does so much, and it really teaches you and helps you with the game. You can actually play the game manually where you're rolling on your own table, putting the numbers in Crapsy. You can play along with other people across America or wherever they at. You can join your table with other people, play on Crapsy. Crapsy has been an awesome tool for me because at first I really didn't know nothing. I just knew how to throw the dice, even when I was throwing them randomly. Anyway, dice are moving, dice are out. We got a hard 8, don't be late. That is a hard 8. We're moving up. We brought in with $1,000. I mean, we brought in with $500, and we're trying to get the $500 up to $1,000. This is my 4th round. Shooting at the table by yourself, whether you're at practice or whether you're on stage at the casino shooting, is hard. I don't know why it's hard. And then they like to throw you the dice back real quick. They don't give you a chance to bet or do anything. That's why dice are moving, dice are out. Okay, we got a 4, 3, 7. I should have got out of there, y'all, but that's my fault. That's my fault. That's my fault. I blame that on me. Anytime you go more, let me see how many rows I had. That's my fault. Talking, not paying attention. That's what happens at the table. You get to talking, having fun. The next thing you know, you're not paying attention. The next thing you know, you got bit. That's why we got to have our head in the game. Anyway, I did make some money, though. That was 5 rows. I told you my average. My rows are between 5 and 7 rows. If I get past that, that's me. I don't know about nobody else. Anyway, we're going to stir the tray up and get some new dice. Dice are moving. Dice are out. We're doing pretty good, though, y'all. My rolls are looking good. You know, so we're good. Let's try to, when you're having fun, make sure you stay in your zone. Yeah, that's that 2-2. Yeah, that was pretty good. I mean, you got to realize, y'all, when you're shooting from the end of the table, you're producing way more energy than you would produce from stick left or stick right. So I just want you to know, if you at stick 1, stick 2, your energy that you have to use to get the dice to do what they do is barely nothing. So, you know, think about that, y'all. Shooting at the end of the table, it can be done. I have been a hot shooter several times. My problem is I've never been a hot better. I'm always timid, you know. I rolled 53 times at Golden Nugget. I think it was about 2 months ago. And I'm going to tell y'all, man, I turned off on the 15th roll. And everybody was just making money and hollering. Making money and hollering. But not me. I turned off on on the 15th roll, not having any trust. So I said, I got to learn how to bet like everybody else. You got to learn how to bet, and you got to learn how to feel when the tables is turned into a hot table. Dice are moving. Dice are out. See that? See how perfect that was? I'm not going to blame that on me. I'm not going to say I did nothing. That was a perfect shot. I don't care what nobody say. What wasn't perfect, that it didn't land on my number. That's the only thing that was bad about that shot. I'm not going to sit here and say I could have did this, it did that, all that. I'm not saying all that. I'm going to say that right there, Hot Rod, was a pretty good 7. And that's what it was. All it was a pretty good 7. Anyway, we're going to do our last roll for the day. It's hard at the table by yourself, y'all. But guess what? If you got confidence in your roll, don't be scared of the table. But do be scared of the dice. Don't be scared of the table. Don't be scared of the dice are scary. Be scared of the dice, but have confidence in your shot. Because I'm telling you, your shot will come alive. So anyway, dice are moving. This is my last shot on this video. This hot rod. I don't care if you like and subscribe. That's not my point. My point is to share my skill with other people. Dice are moving. Dice are out. We're on the 5-4, 5-4 set. We have a 4, a 3-1-4 knocking at your door. So what we're gonna do, y'all, we're gonna play this game called the Iron Cross. Hopefully it works. We tried it just now and it didn't work. Our number is 4, so we're gonna do this. And then we're just gonna do 15 in the field. And we're gonna put 25 behind the line. Okay? Oh, I gotta cap my 6 and 8 real quick. Being the dealer, being the stick person, I'm the shooter. You know what I'm saying? I'm everybody but the box person. But I'm going to make it happen. This is how you get better. And this also helps you how to pay attention to your money. You should never be asking the dealers what you got out there. You should be paying attention. Dice are moving. Dice are out. 5-4, 5-4 hard way set. We got a truck and camper. I'm going to get paid $35, but I'm going to leave my field there, and I'm going to get paid $20, which will add up to $35. So we're going to do it that way. Remember, y'all, I'm the stick person. I am the dealer. And I am throwing the dice, and I'm doing it all by myself. So anyway, this hot rod, I'm at the table by myself. I don't mind being at the table by myself at the casino, no matter what, because now I have the confidence that I need to be at the table because I have my own practice spot. So keep that in mind. Find something to throw the dice on. I used to throw them on my mattress and use my backboard, you know, as the backboard. So I started on my mattress. So look where I am now. So hot rod, dice are moving, dice are out. Our point is 4. Okay, we got a 2, 4, 6. Guess what, y'all? I'm going to get paid $35, but guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep my field out there. I'm going to get paid $35. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it on the 9, right? I'm going to pull my field up, okay? All right, dice are moving. Guess what, y'all? Dice are back out. I'm going to try to be cautious, but, you know, I don't want to quit too soon. That's why you got to be, if those of you that throw the dice and those of you that wait on your throw at the table, because some people will wait on their throw. You know you got to bet on the person next to you, but most people that wait on their throw, you got to be careful. That's all I'm saying. Try not to crash the wall. Dice are moving. Dice are out. That's a 1-5 mixer. That's going to pay $35. That's going to pay me $35. Now, I'm going to do the smart thing, and I'm just going to come down, y'all. I'm going to come down and do this thing called wait on the light side. The light side, to me, is either the waiting on the pass line to come, but in this situation, I'm going to wait on the pass line and the odds. I made some money on the box. I'm going to be disciplined, and I'm just going to wait on the light side. Because you got to realize, when you're at the casino, you're trying to be there on the table for 2 or 3 hours. You can't do it if you don't have no money. So right now, I'm going to wait on the light side. Hopefully it comes. If not, I made some money. Dice are moving. Dice are out. 5-4, 5-4. Hard way set. Okay, we got ace deuce. I'm about to cut loose on that sauce. What kind of sauce? That Alfredo sauce. This hot rod, y'all. We on the dice. We're getting ready for April 16th and 17th. We'll be in the Lake Charles area. I like to gamble, or not gamble, but I like to throw the dice at the Golden Nugget, but it don't matter what table. You just have to get adjusted. Dice are moving. Dice are out. Okay, we got another ace deuce. Guess what? I'm about to cut loose on that sauce. Yeah, so we out, you know, we getting better. Y'all see my shots. You see what they look like. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't do nothing about what number it falls on, but I can do the best shot ever if I can. Right now, I'm on this is going to be my 7th shot. We got a 5-3-8. Don't be late. We got a 5-3-8. Okay, we're not gonna fret. We're not gonna run after it. Just trying to hopefully make some money. Hey, thank y'all, man, for looking at this video. I'm just trying to make it happen. Dice are moving. Guess what? Dice are out. This roll number 8 coming up. We're doing the 5-4-5-4 set. Okay, we got a 4, 2, 6. I know y'all want me to run after it, but I can't run after it, y'all. I can't run after it. I got a $500 buy-in. At the casino, $500 is really not that much money. So you really have to be cautious. I'm at the table by myself. There's no energy here. The dealers are trying to give me the dice back fast, you know. So that's why I'm used to just 5-4, 5-4. Dice are moving. Dice are out. Okay, we got a 5-2. You're all through. Anyway, that was 9 rolls. This hot rod. Thanks for watching. Just trying to get better at the game. Is it something I need to do? Put your comments in there. I'm going to read them later. Anyway, this hot rod. Thanks for watching.